16 6-mile bridge, 33s and bigger the others. Coming back to the tape, flag up, and they're off. They race away. 2 miles, 5 furlongs to go. They have 10 to jump here. 6-mile bridge, Potter's Charm, the leading duo. As they come over number 1, a bad error there from Cade Dothie. Drops to be the back marker of these 11 runners. Couple of lengths off the leaders is Super Sunday and the Yellow Clay. They race virtually together, 3rd and 4th places, and the orange of Final Demand is with those as well. Then comes Capishy Pike. It's a check jacket for him, an orange cap. Cade Dothie is the one caught widest on the course, a little bit free in the early stages. Very pale colours towards her ear is Kiss Will, who races up round the outside of the New Line, the white cap against the running rail. 40 coats in stripes with those as well, and Kelly Stoire towards the back of the field. But they're on the way towards the home straight, and there'd be about 10 lengths first to last as they begin to settle down. And it is 6-mile bridge, very pale jacket, who goes through here to lead them, coming towards the 3rd flight of hurdles, which they'll meet very quickly when they get into the straight. Potter's Charm is running in 2nd place, a blue cap. The red jacket is Super Sunday. The favourites off to the right in orange, Final Demand, as they jump then the 3rd. The white and green jacket and red cap is the Yellow Clay, very well back. Looked like he went off 2nd favourite, is off to the right now and moving through to share probably of 3rd place. Behind these is Capishy Pike, Sean O'Keefe in the centre, races with Final Demand, and the last 5 are virtually in line. The New Line is right over towards the inner of the racing surface, a white cap. Next to him, very pale jacket of Kiss Will, and then comes Kelly Stoire, green and white on the cap. The stripes, 40 coats, maroon and white, and extreme left, right round the outside, is Cade Dothie. As they come then to flight number 4 in the Turners Novices Hurdle, and it's still Keelan Woods. 6-mile bridge, got really close into the flight of hurdles, but over it with about a length and advantage. Sam Twiston-Davies on Potter's Charm running in 2nd place. Jack Kennedy is next on the Yellow Clay. Red jacket, Super Sunday, Danny Mullins, and then Paul Townend, orange on Final Demand against the running rail. In checks is Sean O'Keefe, Capishy Pike with him. Up round the outside of those now is Cade Dothie. Brian Hayes has brought him closer into about 5th or 6th position. 40 coats and Darrow O'Keefe next, and then against the running rail, Harry Skelton, the New Lion. White and pink for Patrick Mullins, Kiss Will with him. And then Kelly Stoire, Mark Walsh is about a length and a half behind and will be the back marker as they move on towards flight number 5 of the 10. So they're approaching now the halfway stage. 6-mile bridge, better at that one, got over it well. Landed by still about a length. Blue cap of Potter's Charm, the Yellow Clay, white, green and red jacket is with this, and then comes Super Sunday. Capishy Pike and Final Demand, match strides, 5th and 6th positions. They're followed through by Cade Dothie, continues to race widest on the racing surface, and then the New Line races the inner route as they take this flight of hurdles. Kiss Will and 40 coats the next pair, and Kelly Stoire is towards the rear of the field. They're running uphill now to number 7 of the 10, and it's still 6-mile bridge, not quite as far clear as he was. Potter's Charm in 2nd position, and then the Yellow Clay, followed by Super Sunday, red and white jacket. They're together in 3rd and 4th places. Capishy Pike and Final Demand, the next pair of runners. The New Lion tracking Final Demand against the running rail. Kiss Will is next, 40 coats on the outside of this. Then Kelly Stoire, and Cade Dothie is beginning to lose touch with the others and is struggling a little bit at the rear of the field. But now it's downhill to home, and Potter's Charm has just poked his head in front over 6-mile bridge in the pale jacket on the right. Behind these, the Yellow Clay is brought out to look to a clear daylight as they come to the 3rd last. Super Sunday is next. Final Demand in behind those in 5th position. Capishy Pike is with the New Lion, also making progress towards the inside, and these are going clear from Kiss Will. They come down to the 2nd last flight of hurdles, and it's Potter's Charm to the Yellow Clay. Potter's Charm just lost to the yellow clay, and here's Final Demand in the orange, moving through to challenge, and the New Lion coming up on the inside. They run to the home turn, the big three in the market now, the yellow clay to Final Demand. The New Lion's a length and a half behind these. They've gone clear to Potter's Charm. One more to jump. The New Lion switches to the left. In the centre in orange is Final Demand. The yellow clay on the right. Any one of this trio, they're going to be very close at the last flight. At it now, the New Lion and the yellow clay go on to Final Demand into the closing stages. The yellow clay, the red cap, Jack Kennedy. The white cap is the New Lion, Harry Skelton, who's getting up. The New Lion has won the Turners. To the yellow clay, Final Demand, 40 Coats and Potter's Charm.
Jubilant Harry Skelton is in the winners' enclosure after an excellent, deep, competitive Turners that was compelling to watch, and the New Lion has won it. He's a proper one, isn't he?
Yeah, look, he's. We always had a bit of belief in him. We knew there was something a bit different about him when we got him, and he's mature, and he's now finally done it on relatively in a short career, but he's come here and done it on the one that really matters, and that's a great feeling.
Talk me through your thinking in the key moments of the race.
I just wanted to get him just settled and switched off, and to be fair, all Dan said was just have belief in him. He'll come there. That's the only instruction he gave me. And I was just at Newbury. He did travel a bit early on, and I just wanted to make sure I just switched him off a bit rather than just riding too handy and just running with a choke out. But he travelled so strongly all the way, once I turned in, switched out and got a run, he was good at the last. He was long, and then he dug in at the back of the last, and that's really nice to see.
And presumably you have a sense. Me watching it, I thought that's a really good race. Did it feel that way?
Yeah, it did. Like, they went a nice even gallop, but I've always said that he's not slow. I think you could drop back to 2 miles one day. But look, today was a big one, and he's gone and done it. And I always had belief. He really believed in this horse, and he got to come and do it. But he was the one that I was waiting to ride.
Potential champion hurdler, Dan mentioned that in his interview immediately. That's
a potential, isn't it? I suppose this race puts horses onto that path, doesn't it? That's a long way away. We'll see. We'll enjoy today. I imagine he'll have, whether he runs again or not, we'll see. But it was all about today.
And important also because it was a big money purchase for JP McManus. You're wearing his silks there, and so it's therefore important that he goes on from being impressive to the Challow and does something like this.
Yeah, exactly. And like the Challow, obviously people say, you won the Challow, you can't win. But I think that a lot of horses get beat at Cheltenham from the back of a Challow when they run in really deep ground and have really hard races. And I just don't think as novices they can't take that. And we might just overprotect the odd one or two novices, but one thing me and Dan said was he was never going to go to the Challow if it was soft or heavy. We don't need to do that. There's times in the horse's career when you need to ask them questions, and running horses probably, or running him in a heavy ground, Challow, which what it notoriously is, very testing ground, we weren't going to do. So he's gone on from the Challow and delivered today.
And finally, and I'm sure you're not feeling it now, but we should explain your shiner.
Yeah, Bridget. No, she's not to blame. She's not to blame. I was feeding some foals on Sunday morning, and one decided to give me a good hiding and give me a kick on the way by. But look, thankfully all's well, and we're here today and enjoying this. Fantastic.
I hope you're not superstitious, because I wouldn't want you to have to go through that again. Many congratulations and good luck for the rest of the week.
Thanks very much.
And such an important one, because the Skeltons have made no secret of their regard for the New Lion. He's kept his unbeaten record in the Turners, and he's done it oh so stylishly.
He has, yeah. Miles probably ran away with us a bit early in the season, but he just looked so good, and Harry gave him an outstanding ride there. So patient. It was it's not a coming of age ride. Of course, it's not, because he's been doing it for so long. But what a great ride, and the horse is just phenomenal. I trusted him. Even going to the last, with them three there, I believed he'd win. I always believed he'd win. In my heart, it just feels like it'd take a very good one to get past this horse, and I'm just so proud of the whole team that we found him as a 3-year-old in an indoor school, actually where I was born, in Sandalhouse Farm, and it felt like he was just meant to be the whole way through. He's just brilliant, very special.
What is so special about it? Can you describe it?
No, I can't, because it's actually so normal. The specialness about him is that he's actually so simple. He's just no worries. Look at him there. He's as quiet as you could be. He's just so cool.
And the world is his oyster now. What do you see him as?
Geez, I don't know. We'll worry about that in the future. I've always hoped he'd come back to the champion hurdle horse, but I just think he can do so much. It's unusual territory. I'm not new to this game anymore, so I can't say that. But I'm new to these horses. This is unusual territory. He can just do things that the others just can't.
He can even lay the Challow Ghost. Many congratulations.
Yeah, exactly. That's gone now, isn't it?
It really has.
What are we going to talk about in the build-up to next year's?
I don't know. Congratulations.
Cheers.
JP McManus is the proud winning owner of the New Lion, who's just put up a huge performance in the Turners. I reckon you've got another live one there, don't you?
Yeah, you'd have to be very pleased. He always looked like he had a lot of pace, but he showed a lot of resolution there, and he put his head down because he had to battle.
It was the big three of them turning for home, wasn't it?
It was, and the three very good horses that went clear of the field. I think there's a lot to look forward to with him.
And the Skeltons presumably have been saying the same things to you, and probably more so than they have to in publicly, that this is a very, very good horse.
Well, I asked Dan inside, I said, am I to listen to the hype or is it for real? And he told me it was for real. Yeah.
And do you have a preferred view about what you would like to do with him?
I think I'd leave it to Dan and Harry to work it out. They seem to have done a fair job up to now.
And how about your reflections on yesterday? Well, you've seen it all, but what did you make of Marshborough?
I'd be wrong to say I wasn't disappointed, but I still think he's a very good horse. And he's only a 5-year-old, and, we learned that he has a bit to learn yet. And, I'm happy with the horse. I'll put it to you, disappointed with the result.
Yeah, he's a huge challenge. You can't overlook that on the basis of one run.
No, listen, hopefully he'll prove how good he is,
And finally, I was reading with your interview with Lee Mottershead that of all the horses that you've had, John Bon has a special place in your heart. Why is that?
Well, at the moment, I suppose Derek O'Connor identified him when he was a point-to-pointer, thought he was very special. He said to me, he's a must-have. And at the time, he was well hyped and whatever, but I'm glad that he's proved how good he is. And he's a kind of a Christian of a horse. When he's in the field or with the girls in the yard or the lads, they just love him around the place. There's something about him. Yeah.
I think so many people are going to be rooting for him and you later on today. Great.
Thank you very much.
Well, it's a great way to start. Best of luck for the rest of the week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.